Alright, legends, it is winter here in Sydney, and this video is all about the updates from Secret Valley, branding updates, just kind of everything updates. So for those that are new to the channel, welcome. My name's James, and I do a thing called frequency healing, and that's where I generate very pristine and powerful, potent frequencies that bathe you and help you reconnect back to that timeless truth that lives within you. And as you do that, amazing things happen. Health challenges start to resolve themselves. Things start to work out for you. Relationship dynamics change. That internal harmony starts to show up. That calm, many things. Anyway, that's not about that. This isn't about that. Secret Valley. So, what an amazing time. It was about 2 weeks ago over the Anzac Day weekend. And man, just magical, If you were there, magical, So shout out to Maddie, Mel, Alex, and all the other contributors to, building out the festival, the lot. Definitely check it out for next year, 2025, secretvalleyfestival.com.au. Check it out. Amazing facilitators. And yeah, I remember just, it was about 400, 500 people there. And I remember we were doing a cacao ceremony, and I'm sitting on the outskirts watching Claire, the lovely Claire from We Are Sacred, hosting this cacao ceremony after a little welcome. Yeah, welcome to country. And tapping in, dropping into the zone. And again, for those that aren't familiar, I've cultivated unique abilities where I can literally see the building blocks behind, say, the physicalness of this reality. It's basically the consciousness of individuals, okay, even on land, and I can see it, and then I can help, say, reprogram it back to its natural state or a more beneficial, say, version of itself, including people. Again, I kind of open up those possibilities, or I see those possibilities, and then with the frequencies, people just naturally gravitate towards their best self, basically. So anyway, getting back to the cacao ceremony. So I'm dropping in, and at a very deep level, so lovely to see that I'm walking on a busy street, so apologies for the sound if you can hear it. But everyone at a deep level, they wanted to be better. They wanted to be their best self at a very, very, very deep level, at a super deep level. And it was so potent, like, my gosh. And again, amazing individuals at the event. So a lot of powerhouse, a lot of power, a lot of intellectuals, a lot of spirituals, a lot of just, business-minded individuals, very entrepreneurial individuals, a range of beautiful people just elevating. So that was such an amazing experience. The music was dope. The costumes were dope. The people were dope. Everything was just cool. And for me personally, it was a lovely experience because I hosted my first ever festival workshop, in-person workshop on the Saturday. And the little tent that we had, we needed a bigger tent. It was pretty cool. Such a beautiful tent, and just set up. The land, the farm, amazing. But yeah, we had like 20 plus people, in this tent. And you can go to a previous video, that's where it was filmed. And it's just lovely. It's just super beautiful. And yeah, so now I'm back in Sydney, been back for about 2 weeks now. And I had a lot of, say, expansive thoughts and a lot of expansive ideas coming through. So again, there's possibilities showing themselves through to me. And, some of them are sticking, some of them aren't. Some of them I've gone down that path of, say, rebranding. And I'm like, oh, does it work? Doesn't it? So the path, it's not linear. Yeah. So, I'll get inspired, or I'll have some amazing things flow through as I expand. And then I go and entertain them, not attached to them. And some will say stay, and then some will just peel off, and some I'll get, say, course corrected. Okay, and that's the brilliance of, say, just operating from this space, or being connected to your natural intelligence. Because your natural intelligence, or your timeless self, it's abundant, it's pure, it's vibrant, it has everything it needs in the moment. And so when you're operating from that space, you naturally gravitate towards those things that nurture you, okay? And you might go down a path that it doesn't nurture you, okay? For example, it still nurtured me, but for example, I've had a run-in with Mould in my apartment in Maroubra, and I've had to, just move out, and I'm sleeping in my old man's place, old man, aka my father. Yep, so sleeping at his place just for a little bit in the interim as I move into a new place. So, but in the past I could have, because it's happened in the past, and I could have got down and out. I could have gone, oh, what does this mean, and this and that, and I'm going backwards, and blah, 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 and not really, say, done anything, or, say, backtracked. But this time it's actually quite different. This time now I'm just really taking advantage of this opportunity. Yeah, I get to hang out with my dad, and hang out with him. I'm closer to a school that I work at as well, so I can just get there super quick. So I'm just taking advantage of this opportunity that I have in with the whole Mould situation. So again, this work and, say, life, if you want to call it life isn't about it being rainbows and daisies all the time. It's about managing what is being thrown at you. Yeah, it's taking advantage of what is thrown at you. And even for Secret Valley, the festival, I could have said, oh, the tent's too small, or it's not the main tent, or it's not aesthetically pleasing, or blah, 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 or whatever. But it's like, one, I thought it was beautiful. So I had so much fun there. You got to be adaptable. You really got to adjust, and you got to take what you have in the moment and do your best with what you have in the moment. So very exciting times ahead. Marou Home is the studio that I am a guide, a practitioner at in Maroubra, a beautiful little studio that, I'll have to interview Hannah. Someone has to interview Hannah, who's one of the owners, on how it came to be, the story on how it came to be, because it is it's such a lovely story, and just all the synchronicities as well. So you'll be hearing guide stories. So I did a little podcast yesterday on my story and how it came to be that I became a guide there, and all those sorts of things. So you'll be able to listen in for those that are around Maroubra, or even Sydney, Bondi through down to Maroubra. You'll be able to hear the stories of all the guides that are there. You've got yoga teachers, Reiki healers. You've got doulas. So mum, forgive me for the lack of my vocabulary, but mum experts, pregnancy experts, postpartum, in the lead up to giving birth, all those sorts of things. We've got a guy, and I think his partner, I could be wrong. They do live drawings there. So really just a space that's really cool. Yeah, really cool, quite creative. So I hosted a guide session as well. So did a group session there last Thursday, and it was funny. It's funny because sometimes, you know, when I say, oh yeah, I do frequency healing, they're like, yeah, I can see like the code, and you know, I can see, you know, behind this physical reality, and we're more frequencies than we are physical, and you know, these unique abilities, blah 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 blah, like it's profound. A lot of people go, oh, that sounds cool. but it's like, but what is this guy on? It's like, you know, there's an element of skepticism. So it was very lovely to be in that room and have those very deep, profound experiences for the guides. Again, just helping them clean up stuff so that they can be even more vibrant for their clients, for themselves, so they don't sacrifice themselves, abuse themselves during, you know, as they serve the world. So a really beautiful time, really lovely people, and it was just cool to hear feedback on the back end. You know, the skeptics, no longer skeptics. So it's definitely something that you've got to experience, really grasp. It's quite different, but very potent. So if you are around in Sydney, if you're around town, I will be hosting an event on Friday, the 31st of May. So you can go to my website, or I'll even in the description, I'll leave a link for the event details that you can check out. And it will be held at Marou Home, this lovely studio. I've nearly sold out, you know, nearly half the event already. And what's the date today? We've only got about a week. So maybe 10 days. Is it 10? Yeah, 10 days. So we've got 10 days. So human behavior, most people purchase at the very last minute. So the fact that I've sold nearly half the event already, it's probably going to sell out. So if you want to get involved, look at the details, book your ticket, come along, experience what it's all about. And if you have any questions, as always, email me. You can, you know, drop a comment below, give this video a like, subscribe to the channel. It really does go a long way with the algorithm. And if it feels right, give it a like. All right, and that's it. That's some updates on my end. So appreciate your attention, and I'll see you on the next video. I might see you in person, or I might see you for a session, or I might see you down the road. Might see you at the cafe. Who knows? All right. Much love, peace, and I'll see you soon. Bye.